from the land down under, Michael Katsidis.
Obey my commands at all times. God bless.
What are you looking at?
Can shock you. Several months ago against the aging and diminished
Katsidis power, but
he chose to box and made himself the bigger, stronger man against Escobedo. Before, and there's a solid left hand down the middle. And
those shots.
Guerrero seems to want to land harder, way in, or isn't ready. Good, quick right hook by Guerrero.
Delivering his own hard shots.
It's a lightweight and wonder, how does he make 135?
To punch down at Katsidis, particularly with the left-handed.
Good, quick right hook.
The odds reflect.
Through the last 3 years, as distracted as he was.
Foolish to stand and trade when he just got touched.
So both fighters have had moments now.
Into the kind of fight that's chin for chin.
Since Russell Mora did not rule the knockdown. Round one was a wipeout, all Guerrero.
Katsidis, which I'm not sure Katsidis.
The round overall.
But I got to tell you something, Jim. I got to say this. He's always in there. Comes to the...
I think that's fair. I think that's regardless of whether he wins or loses.
Yep.
And if it turns out to be a break,
even if you beat him, you're gonna know you were gonna. Most impressive thing about performance so far.
Oncoming as Katsidis.
As a result.
That's incorrect to say it was the first time. Round four begins. So far on Harold, not sure if he thinks that's going to psych Guerrero. Katsidis is and controlling the fight now.
And the will, the fortitude so far has been the most impressive component of Guerrero.
And eating left hands. Now he lands. Good fight. Upper. When are the cuts going to begin?
Oh.
Pressure.
And as the fight goes on, Katsidis can keep a really fast pace. And what Guerrero's made of, because Katsidis is like some hints, some insight into it in the corner just then.
We're astonished by Marquez's 70% number. Might have punched that numbers.
Defense first.
Yeah.
What if tonight, Jim? That's the punch that keeps Katsidis.
They think he's got it right where he wants him now.
Well, this is where Katsidis is most like Arturo Gatti. He looks like, and then it's a fight.
Guerrero keeps hitting him straight down the pipe with short, straight.
To fight his way back in.
Wait any longer if he can keep doing this. If Robert Guerrero can finish this time, he's ready for Marquez. It's
5-0, 50-44.
I think Harold's on the money, but I think the reason that can
this performance, Max, I'm wondering if
him, and it's the gutsiest part of Guerrero's southpaw Kronk fighter.
Yeah, fighting a big man's fight. He's the McCrory brothers, right up the middle with thudding regularity.
And you.
He's been stronger than Garlic so far tonight. Full title defenses in the middleweight division.
Been, as you mentioned, Jim, knockwood.
Stop. But not without exciting moments as Katsidis appeared to...
And thus far, the most
Katsidis still believes that he's right there to win the fight. A lot of hard, clean contact here. Nice shot by Guerrero. Now's the time to invest.
As fatigue sets in.
Katsidis' remaining starch leg.
This is what separates the...
Under the right eye of Michael Katsidis. The face swelled with a left hand, and there's significant blood.
He's also not going to... Worse cuts than this, and this is a bad one.
Very close to low blow by Katsidis, but on the other hand, he's...
But that was a pretty quick point to done.
Right around the ribcage. And he certainly is focused.
Stop! Time! Over there. No more punches low. You got to get him up. 1 point, low blow violation
would produce a disqualification.
And that really helped, although Katsidis doesn't seem dissuaded from going back to the body.
Get him up, get him up.
In the round.
I mean, first he hit him low. That seemed to take a little...
Flirting with a possible disqualification here in round 8.
He's trying to...
Oh, great uppercut. Again, but Katsidis is barely stunned. Katsidis trains in Thailand and likes to say that his training since earlier in the fight. All fighters will tell you that their training camp is the toughest. unbelievable. No one else could do it.
Deducted 2 points in round 8 for the low blows.
Incidentally, Guerrero's belly button is not showing like Katsidis did it with intent, but maybe not.
They tracked Robert Guerrero in 9 different fights. We're only in
Wear a guy out.
and cancer for 3 years. They have 2 small children. He was attempting to train. Transfer.
1 point, low blow.
And he just made it up to him.
Yeah, and a deducted point trick. Go take care of Casey after or before her hospital. All of that.
Guerrero being able to fight without taking care of his wife.
3 times as many power shots as Michael Katsidis in the fight.
When there's a very good possibility that he seems to be fighting not only more quite gotten to that point because Guerrero's been
Schedule 12. Do you think Katsidis
reminds me of Gaddy in the sense
that made Gaddy unique? And Katsidis,
this fight's over, and sure enough, moments later it would be, but Gaddy would be maybe without quite the power, as Emmanuel Stewart has pointed out.
fight card. Between rounds is going to show you what happened in health issues recently. We're not sure exactly what Kenny's condition. Lynn's new trainer, Kenny Adams, collapsed and was
that Kirkland requires as a fighter. He's that kind of fighter.
Bottom line, Kirkland went down in the fight. Kenny Adams, you leave. The medical treatment for Kenny Adams is precautionary, but let's hope that it's purely precautionary. Decorated military officer, I believe.
Came out a really good trainer, and even now I'm sure still capable of eventually.
You would not know that. A pretty good round for Guerrero, who has seems to be exiting from Katsidis' shots.
And now I think Guerrero is
hands-free.
Rather than just trying to convince Katsidis a little bit when Katsidis gets in close, so far up on the scorecards, having proved his
swollen mask, as it is, frankly, at the
basically staying out of Katsidis' fight. Earlier in the fight, if he could get the knockout, I think he's just on the lead a little bit.
Well, after the maybe Guerrero has enjoyed touching him up.
Maybe.
97, 8 rounds for
to the 12.
You know, it's very interesting. If I were Brandon Smith, the old Katsidis did a nice job around 10 low blows in round number 8, and you know, Guerrero's
going back and really snapping Katsidis' neck back.
And Robert Guerrero, and which tries out to take place.
And going to beat Marquez eventually at lightweight,
as can be found in the sport over the past 20 years.
He's a responsible defensive fighter, arguably the greatest featherweight of this last gold.
As the clock clicks down, and we're talking about Marquez because earned the right to face it. Katsidis' question was that Guerrero was looking ready to hit him 400 times.
Extraordinary challenger to Juan Manuel Marquez's lightweight throne. Maybe in terms of his kind of orthodox skills.
All to the winner by unanimous decision, Robert Guerrero.
He wasn't the GOAT.